Hey, what's going on, people? How you guys doing, man? Hopefully everything's going good. Give it a shout out to, just give it a shout out to Jonathan McDonald TV, who was on Monday Night Raw on the side of the video listings besides the YouTube of R-Truth and Business Apology. I want to say congratulations to him. I wish I was there, but I wasn't, so it is what it is. But congratulations, Jonathan McDonald. I'll be so pumped up if I were you. It was just so pimped out that you were on TV and actually saw your video, so that's how I found out about you, bro. So I'm going to be subscribing to you, so hopefully you catch this video, so good luck on that. What else? Okay, so we had the start of the show with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. And the match was good. Drew McIntyre did get some good offense, but Randy Orton got most of the upper hand and dominated the match. Basically, Randy Orton does pick up the win, which was not a surprise. Drew McIntyre was already during Randy Orton's entrance, and it seemed like Drew McIntyre was a jobber for sure. But I want to see him really step up. This is the same tough competitor he was when he started off. He was undefeated. He was like Umaga and The Miz and who else? Great Khali, Vladimir Kozlov, these dangerous people. Hopefully he doesn't become a jobber like the Great Khali is right now. Great Khali was a beast after beating The Undertaker at Judgment Day. And, he was one of the biggest heels. So hopefully Drew McIntyre, eventually does climb back up and had another feud and hopefully becomes the United States Champion after it gets rigged off Dolph Ziggler. And if he wins it, then he could be part of Vicky's stable sooner than later if it does happen. After that, we had a brawl after Randy Orton's victory, after nailing the RKO on Drew McIntyre twice. Mark Henry comes out and gloats him the United States, the World Heavyweight title, the World Heavyweight title. Basically, Randy Orton just runs out the ring and tries to attack Henry, which was it was okay, but it was a good brawl. I was really pumped up to see that, but it was living up to its expectations. But I really want to see Mark Henry go on a rampage. But basically, after that brawl, and Randy Orton gets throws Mark Henry over the barricade. I think this should fire up Mark Henry after his match with John Morrison. It looked like John Morrison was going to pick up the win. John Morrison continued to look great in the ring despite him being a jobber. I know tons of people are really pissed off about John Morrison being a jobber and just being buried, but unfortunately, John Morrison just looked great. Mark Henry threw John Morrison. John Morrison counters that throw and lands on his feet. He did execute some of the smooth moves on Mark Henry. Almost nailed Starship Pain. I thought it was going to be the victory for Mark Henry. Eventually, Mark Henry kicks out of the Starship Pain, which was pretty impressive. I never see anyone kick out from the Starship Pain. I never seen anyone kick out from the Starship Pain. Apparently Mark Henry did, and then eventually nails the World's Strongest Slam after nailing a big offense off clothesline or whatever he did. He nails his World's Strongest Slam, and Mark Henry gets the 1-2-3. After that three count victory, Mark Henry nails another World's Strongest Slam to send a message. And basically on a promo he gets on the mic, he basically said he's done with Randy Orton. He's about to end his career, or just, take care of business for Randy Orton. So, he also says, somebody is looking for him on SmackDown, which basically explains the Big Show returning on SmackDown after they did their promos. And after they show clips of Mark Henry beating up Big Show, this eventually explains Big Show is coming to SmackDown. And he's going to be coming back on SmackDown to take care of business with Mark Henry. So, I really can't wait. So I think, on Vengeance, they should have a triple threat match between Big Show, Orton, and Henry. And yeah, that's what I'll go for. Okay, a little bit after that, we have... What do we have? Okay, I forgot. I think we had... Yeah, after that match, we had... What do we had again? I can't remember. But yeah. I think we had the Divas match. Yeah, we had the Divas match. Yeah, we had the Divas match after some segment happened. I can't remember, but yeah. Oh yeah, after the segment between Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Otunga, Swagger, and two other people, they, uh, yeah, I forgot those two other people. It was Cody Rhodes. Oh yeah, Otunga, Cody Rhodes, Swagger, Ziggler, Christian, Vicky Guerrero, and yeah, it did say Alberto Dorito. They all come out backstage and say, "Oh, we're gonna file a lawsuit towards Vicky Guerrero. I mean, towards Triple H as COO." So basically, they're against him. The idea of Triple H being COO, and they basically step in the ring. And basically, they step in the ring to confront Triple H, but they're all stand in the ring together. And Triple H basically says, "What happened to WWE, where people stand up and pick up the scraps and just continue to fight for what they want and they deserve instead of sitting there complaining." And basically this is what Triple H is talking about. And so he says, why don't you do what the fans want you to see, which basically just shut up and fight. And that's what he says. And apparently it was a good promo, but it was getting ludicrous where they doing this whole lawsuit crap. And Triple H basically also says he doesn't give a crap about the Miz and R-Truth's lawsuit. He doesn't give a crap about their lawsuit, and basically what he cares about is doing what the fans want to do, basically shut up and fight, and that's what we basically heard. And on top of that, we also had the Miz and R-Truth apology on YouTube, but we'll talk about that a little bit later, so that's what we got. So after that, we had the Divas match, Kelly and Eve Torres versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. And a little bit after that, during the match, after Kelly gets thrown out the ring, Beth Phoenix tries to continue to attack Kelly some more. Basically, Kelly counters it, throws her on the table, beats her on the head repeatedly, and she went on this complete rampage. To be honest, I was really pumped up to see something like this happen. This awakens a new side of Kelly, a more angrier side, like we saw before. Like, she's more angry and more on the rampage and just wants her Divas title back. So I'm a little bit thrilled and excited to get pumped up and fired up, see Kelly go on a rampage. It makes me wish I was on a rampage myself like she was. And it just pumps up. For the first time, we see a Divas match in disqualification after Kelly yells, "I don't care," to the ref, which says, "Get back in the ring," so it should be disqualified. She said, "I don't care." So basically, she's just really angry about losing the title. And, it's a new side of Kelly we never saw before, something we didn't really expect. But I know J-Dub said this joke like, "Oh, it's like a baby trying to bite someone." They say, "Oh, he's trying to bite," and with no teeth. That's J-Dub's opinion, but sorry to mention him in there. I basically think it was just, it's like watching a child just try and throw things at you when they're angry, and then you just miss. See Kelly throw a few bunches and lose grip of Beth when you try to slam her to the table. Beth Phoenix did a good job selling it right, but Kelly did okay, but she was just a typical angry woman that you would see, but it's like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum and then they miss half the time when they try to throw something at you, and this is basically what I mostly presume, so that's what I basically saw. So that's what I basically think, or that's what I saw and really enjoyed. So, good. We'll see what happens next week on Raw. There is a Raw next week, so we'll see what happens. After that, we had, alright, what we had? Okay. We had, Triple H and John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis, confronts Triple H about his job also. And basically confronts, he says, he apologizes to having the Miz and R-Truth allowing them to come through and invade the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But John Laurinaitis said, he wants his apology back because Triple H, basically pushed him out the way and got physical. And so eventually Triple H just grabs John Laurinaitis and says, "You get those superstars out of the locker room, we're going to have a vote of confidence." And Triple H seemed very confident about that. He's basically calling out the locker room to see what they think of their job as the superstar, as a COO. So that's what we basically got. So after that, we had the 12-man tag team matchup. I think, yeah, that's what we have. So basically, they're gonna have a big night of Triple H's vote of confidence, and before the 12-man tag team match even happened, they showed a recap of Miz and R-Truth invading the Hell in a Cell main event after Alberto Del Rio's win. Basically, they attacked basically the entire locker room. No, they basically attacked the refs, all the Alberto Del Rio, CM Punk, and John Cena in the match. So basically, it was just a great. It was surprising to see Miz and R-Truth attack almost everybody involved in the match, especially the cameraman too. This was just a totally rampage, and I was just a little bit thrilled to see something like this happen. And the Miz and R-Truth return. They've been the dynamic duo so far, so it's basically them against WWE. That's what we basically see, but apparently Miz and R-Truth, really sticking to their roles about them being fired, but never seen them. I think it is kayfabe fired, and basically on YouTube you can see their comment of kayfabe lives. It's just hilarious. I mean, it was hilarious that they showed all the bottom. So basically they broke fourth wall there. And then basically the apology it came out odd. It was cool to see their apology on YouTube. And like I said, Jonathan McDonald TV was on the right hand corner, so it was a little bit cool to see him on TV. That's how I found out about that. I was like, oh, that's real. Then basically they didn't show it in full screen. They show it like the same screen I'm viewing right now, like basically a halfway screen. So it was just kind of odd. It was crazy, and I was a little bit excited. So, sorry. Anyway, the Miz and R-Truth pulled out an apology. They showed it on YouTube, and it was kind of cool. They also claimed that, he's a sorry excuse as COO, and, I think he's filing a lawsuit, and that's what the apology was. So, yeah, it was a good act for them. So, how about a round of applause? Anyway, we had the mixed tag team matchup. The mixed tag team match was good. Everyone was able to perform in the ring. The performance in the ring was excellent, especially midway through the match when the heels were dominating. Vicky got kicked out, got ejected for getting involved and putting Jack Swagger's foot on the rope. So Vicky tried to refuse to leave, but she refused to leave, but eventually she left after the referee continued to kick her out. So everyone looked great in the ring, especially towards the end. The end was exciting when most of the heels were dominating. Apparently, most of the heels were dominating the match. The end with Jack Swagger and Cody Rhodes clotheslining Mason Ryan. Cody Rhodes caught Evan Bourne trying to do an airborne move, and then he counters it to a crossroads and nails Evan Bourne at the crossroads. Dolph Ziggler nails John Cena with zigzag after attitude adjusting A-list Otunga. Furthermore, eventually Sheamus nails a Brook kick on Dolph Ziggler to grab them the victory. It was a good match, it was exciting to see, but like I said, they were cramming this for the big main event of the Vote of Confidence, and I think that's what they were really looking into. So I think that's their whole purpose. So I think it was very good. It was very exciting. It was still a very good match. The beginning was good, especially Christian nailing his spear on Sheamus. I forgot to mention that. Birds are Real trying to attack on John Cena, and Jack Swagger dominating John Cena. They were all great, but eventually Sheamus leads them to victory, and it was kind of odd. I kind of wanted to see the heels win, pull an upset win. I mean, not the cliche faces win, and then they could just prove they could be strong without Vicky Guerrero being ringside. I mean, that would just make it more excellent. So most of the three heels, 50% of the heels were champions. Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, and Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental, United States, and WWE champion. Then they only have two champions, tag team champions, which was Cody Rhodes and Evan Bourne, and that's quite it. So, yeah, Mark Henry had the world title, so he wasn't involved in the match. So yeah, that's what basically we had. It was just exciting action at the end. The end was just very good, but the finish of it wasn't great. But it was good that Sheamus was able to pin Ziggler, which I was really pumped up to see. So that was a great 12-man tag team match, main event tag team match, and that's what we basically had. So it was very good. So that's what I have to say. stay tuned for part 2 where I talk about the Triple H's voting for confidence, and I'll see you guys in a bit.